Can I ask the audience to please stop yelling? Let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the vote.
15 ayes.
Okay, both items pass. We're gonna move on to item 1.
Item 1 called special for cards.
First speaker is Mark Barton. Mark Barton, are you here? You're speaking on item 1-0.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Mark Barton, representing Roberto Vasquez at 2324 Carlyle Place, Los Angeles. What we have here is the usual 2.5% interest on late charges to 10% is out the window. The Department of Building and Safety is allowed to charge 250% late charges to property owners. As a result, after the bill goes up to $3,000-$4,000, the city gets ready to put a lien on the property. I think that this is very unreasonable, and I need the city council to provide me with a negotiator to follow up with this issue.
Okay,
Thank
sir.
you.
This is Mr. Cedillo?
Yes, let's continue that for 2 weeks, please.
Continue it for 2 weeks?
Yes,
Sir,
thank
your
you.
item's been continued for 2 weeks?
Senor.
And that brings us to February 24th.
Continuation. I am asking for
Sir,
a negotiator.
that's what's been recommended, and we can have you speak to staff at the ropes.
Okay.
But your item's been continued for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. The next speaker is Gregory Meadows on item 1B, followed by Martha Meadows on item 1B as well. Do you both want to come up?
Yes, we both. Okay.
You both get 2 minutes.
Okay. Whenever you tell me to begin, I'll begin.
As soon as you see 2, there you go. Good morning.
Okay.
You can
Good-
start, sir.
Good morning. I'm here today to try to explain a few things about my situation with the area that I lived in all of my life. I wish you gentlemen and ladies would listen to me like you listen to other people. I notice a lot of people get up here and nobody paid them any attention, but I have something to say that's very important. Okay, I've lived in this community all my life, over 64 years. The next month I'll be 64 years old. I've helped the elderly, I've helped the young, I've helped kids who have trouble just getting from home to school and school back home, to trying to stay alive. I've done many things for this community. This initially happened to me, this problem I'm having at this property happened to me, I guess back in 2013. I've been sick for over 10 years. I've just had a number of different operations on my eyes. You know, I'm doing the best I can. I've lost track of what I wanted to say, but hopefully I can speak a little longer and my wife won't speak as much. But at any rate, I'm just trying to pass information to say there's a lot of things happening in that community right now. Skid Row is in that community right now. My problem happened to me behind cars in my backyard. Well, I've been building cars and doing parades for this city since the mid-'70s. I had no problem all these years, and all of a sudden in 2013 it was a problem for me having cars on my property. And it's a shame. I think it's a shame. I've been charged amounts of money I can't afford to pay. They've doubled, they've tripled. Now they're up to thousands of dollars I can't pay. I just recently went through something on taxes on this property where I was only supposed to be paying $600 a year for taxes. When property values went up, the property was in my mother's name. They charged me thousands of dollars a year for the property. I had to just do everything I could to get
Mr.
money
Meadows,
together.
Mr.
I'm going
Meadows,
to take her time.
Hold,
if you don't
hold,
mind.
no, you can't do that. But hold on for just a second. The council member from that district, Mr. Price.
Why don't we give the resident 30 days to work this out? We'll meet with you and see if we can come to some conclusion.
30 days, sir?
30 days.
we'll meet with each other within 30 days?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, is that acceptable to you? Will that give you some time to work this out, right?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, Mr. Clerk, this item's been continued for 30 days. Mrs. Meadows, do you not want to speak? You're fine? Okay.
And for clarification, that brings us to March 15th.
March 15th, Mr. Meadows.
Madam President, before moving on, there's also been requests from members to continue items 1G, 1M, and most recently 1O to February 24th.
Very well, without objection. Mr. Rude, you were on the queue, sir.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Regarding item 1U, my office has been informed that this property is in compliance, and there has been some issues with the communication. So I would like to move to reduce the lien for item 1U to eliminate the late fees in the amount of $524.24 and instruct the Office of Finance to refund that amount to the property owner.
Very well. Without objection, that's on item 1U. Reduce the amount to in the amount of, yeah, and refund that amount.
Very good.
Thank you. We're going to move on to the next speaker. Mr. Wayne Spindler, are you still here? Followed by Mr. Walsh and Patricia McAllister on item 1.
What I'm seeing right now on one of the items, 1B, what I'm seeing is so damn fantastic. Current Price, personally, is already talking to his constituent regarding that issue. Not putting any intermediaries, face-to-face contact with his people. I like that. And especially what David Rude just did on 1U was exceptional. Coming forward on the floor, doing the heavy lifting and reducing the lien and getting that money in the people's pockets, because it means a lot. I really, really like that. And I want to see more of this. I want to see more of these councilmen coming forward. Now, Mr. Rue's been working with his people. Mr. Koretz has been working with his people. And Current Price definitely has as well. And it's just fantastic to see this whole thing working out. Anybody with a lien, come here. Come here, fill out a speaker card. Speak your piece, because you can get help. I tell people this. In Van Nuys last week, there was a guy that had one of these. He wasn't quite here at this stage, but already he talked to Councilman Blumenfield. So you can do it. They will work with you. This is something they can work with you because they have plenary power in their districts. This is one of the few, like John Walsh says, when they do something right, they get complimented. And this is not only right, it's morally correct. And it's good for the city. It's good for business. It's good for everybody. Because these are mostly laden with penalties and interest. And it takes away from the person having the money in his pocket to fix the issues. So that money is going to go into each one of these properties to make these properties safer. Thank you very much to those two councilmen.
The next speaker is Mr. Walsh, followed by Patricia McAllister and Michael Hunt.
John Walsh.
Mr. Walsh, you have 1 minute, sir.
Blogging at HollywoodHighlands.org or J. Walsh Confidential, tweeting at Hollywood Dems. And I substantially agree with the sentiments expressed by the previous speaker, HollywoodHighlands.org.
Next speaker is Ms. Patricia McAllister. You also have 1 minute left, ma'am.
I see we still have a lot of liens. I don't like that. And I see you're starting to list the people with tax liens. Now, if you go to lacity.org, that's the website. That's for people who have these liens and people who want to know. Go to the website and you can view these council chamber meetings. You can view it on the website. But what I don't like, what the city did, the city went on that website and put 35 minutes worth of garbage in front of these meetings. And people don't know. They're sitting there waiting. I mean, got the mayor.
Ma'am, this has nothing to do with the
item. It has a lot to do with this.
You have to stick to item 1.
On that website, they also list the liens. Let me finish my point, ma'am. Quit interrupting. They also list the liens. Now, the liens are on the website. Then you got 35 minutes of the mayor giving all kind of awards to Lionel Richie and all that crap. We want this website for liens and this meeting only. Keep all that other advertisement. And I'm telling people, scroll past that 35 minutes and find this meeting and start listening to these meetings.
Next speaker is Mr. Hunt.
Is this?
Mr. Hunt, item 1.
Vote2016.com or votehunt2016.com. Just to reduce your liens in the city of Los Angeles, as a U.S. Senator, I will have more of these issues and finding that the city is in compliance, even regarding issuing these liens. So, like I said, votehunt2016.com so we can get down to the bottom of this. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, sir. That concludes cards on item 1. Let's vote on the remaining items. Let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the vote.
14 ayes.
Mr. Krikorian?
Madam President, I'd like to ask that item 52 be sent forthwith, please.
Item 52 sent forthwith for Mr. Krikorian. Mr. Clerk, let's move on to public comment. Mr. Arnold Sachs, followed by Sean and Wayne Spindler.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, Arnold Sachs, and thank you for your largeness of this 1 minute. Really quick, there was an interesting story in the LA Times on Monday, February 1st. A legal backlash over purged files. It seems these 2 attorneys are concerned. They filed a lawsuit. They want to file a lawsuit about ex-Councilman Tom LeBon's files that aren't part of the public realm. So it got me thinking about the motions that you don't read into the record. They're not part of the public realm either. You just pass them out here, and you post them on the bulletin board. And after that, they go into the round file. So if you don't read them into the public record, there's no record of them being around, because essentially they never really leave the councilman's domain. Oh, they put on a bulletin board. So what? There's a lot of stuff put in bulletin boards. You can stick old gum on a bulletin board. So the attorneys question these files, but they don't.
Mr. Sachs, your time's up. Thank you. The next speaker is Sean, followed by Wayne Spindler.
Yeah, Sean with the Knights of Columbus. All of the council's got their fish fries with the Knights of Columbus, including Van Nuys. I couldn't bring it up on Friday. Somebody got upset about it. We need to keep the sidewalks clean. We need to clean our storm drains. We're still in the El Nino season. That's it. All the Knights are going to have their fish fries, even the Sherman Oaks Council, David Rue. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Spindler, followed by Jose Martinez.
At last Friday's meeting, I was tossed out by one of your councilmen who cannot control his behavior. Vote no on Mitchell Englander for supervisor. The worst fucking choice. Anybody but Englander. He's a scumbag and he does not control his anger. He has very serious anger management issues. He showed that. Watch the tape from Friday's meeting in Van Nuys. This disgusting anger on this man. He is a reserve police officer. He is armed. He is dangerous. He needs to have psychological testing. This man is out of fucking control. This cocksucker Englander is out of control.
Sir, you have to address the entire council, not one single member.
In Porter Ranch, he is letting them be gassed and evicted from their homes. Help those people, Mike Antonovich.
Next speaker is Jose Martinez. Jose Martinez, are you here? He is not in council chambers. Next speaker, Mr. Walsh, followed by Patricia McAllister and Oscar Mohammed.
John Walsh, blogging at HollywoodHighlands.org. Lee Baca, we just found out today, is going to plead guilty to federal charges. Good luck in federal prison, because there's about 300 or 400 big black men with huge dicks that are going to shove them up your fucking ass. Okay, as far as these settlements, $3.78 million to a former Park and Rec for harassment based on race. And my favorite, $2.4 million because of what Officer Brett Rutkowski did. He, in other words, $2.5 million here, millions there, millions of fucking dollars being paid out because of your fucking racist LAPD. And the LA Times doesn't care, because all they like to do is suck the mayor's cock.
Mr. Clerk, let's send item 33 forthwith for Mr. Buscaino. Patricia McAllister, followed by Oscar Mohammed.
I want to spend a minute talking about our children. We have an Amber Alert of Joseph Townsend, 34 years old. He is a convicted sex offender, and he lived in a trailer, and he took his monitor off, and he's on the loose. He sodomized a little boy. I've been doing research on this. Cancer of the anus is on the rise in our children. We need to address these gay pedophiles who this nation allowed to adopt children when they get married, to sodomize and rape them. We need to protect our children. They hide under the name of gays when they're pedophiles also. So we need a commission for that. Not just for gays, but the ones who are screwing and abusing our children. Okay? So you tell O'Farrell to get one of those commissions together if they'll let them do that in Hollywood. We need to protect our children, and many of them are in these foster homes being sodomized by these homosexual gay pedophiles.
The next speaker is Oscar Mohammed, followed by Lona Rios and Michael Hunt.
Yes, I heard one religious leader in the African-American community. He wrote a book about greed and deceit, fear Allah in the Quran, and the message that Muhammad brought for the world. America is an oppressed government and false worship. Pharaoh had corrupt government and false worship and led many men astray. But this is Black History Month. Black history was founded by Carter G. Woodson, historian Carter G. Woodson. He had 4 degrees. He worked for the Superintendent of Education in the Philippines. He also finished Harvard in 1912, the second African-American finished Harvard. We should let education open the doors to freedom. We need more responsibility. And one writer also said that let us unite and try to uplift fallen humanity. We should direct African-American attention to the true religion of Al-Islam.
The next speaker is Lona Rios, followed by Michael Hunt.
Good morning. I know this is February, but January was National Human Trafficking Awareness Month. And first off, I want to thank the LAPD and LA County Sheriffs for creating sting operations and arresting, through the last few years, hundreds of perpetrators, saving children and taking them out of sex trafficking situations. Children and women are not for sale. And thank you for LAPD's website putting down information about the rescue and recovery of children who are sexually exploited commercially. And I just thought that there should probably be a little bit more coming from LA County. I know in San Bernardino they had a walk against human trafficking last month, and in Riverside County they have facilities having seminars for the public.
Thank you. The next speaker is Michael Hunt, followed by Michael Carrion and Eric Previn.
the Red Chief Hunt. Fuck Chief Charlie Beck. He shoots niggas on the floor. The police commission meeting was saying, fuck the police. I wonder why. They always doing something fucked up. And whoever fucked up the speaker card here for the guests 2 minutes at public speaking for their 2-minute comment is fucked up. Take it from me. They're fucked up. Anytime you take away the public comment from 1 minute to 2 minutes, you're fucked up. And I don't give a fuck who did it or who arranged that shit. They fucked up. 2-minute public comment should be awarded to all citizens that come down here. We the people, we vote for you guys, not vote for you guys to take our time away from us. Fuck that.
Next speaker is Michael Carrion, followed by Eric Previn and Jacqueline Richardson.
Yeah, it's a sad day when this city council has to come to what it's come to. It's pathetic. I feel disgusting to have to come here and have to deal with this bullshit. But people like Mr. Englander, Little Hitler, and everybody else that continues to allow this to go on, all you're doing is adding to it. Mr. Weezer hasn't done anything about a wall. His secretary said construction started a month ago. I've been here for the past 4 weeks. It was a cleanup. So she's a liar just like him. You guys allow this to continue. You pat each other on the back. And then you make faces when people come here and they vocalize themselves. You, as sitting council members, are at fault for this. You guys are responsible for this. City attorney gets all upset. He's part of the problem, going around telling people names. You guys don't hear that part. You should listen to people once in a while.
The next speaker is Eric Previn, followed by Jacqueline Richardson.
Yes, it is Eric Previn from CD2. I would like to simply put into the record that this body on February 3rd botched the fair public hearing on item number 9, which was case file number 151320. And as we saw today, Mr. Buscaino, for no fault of his own, because the city attorney was given a chance, made a technical amendment to item 33, which is 150450, constituting a substantial change, frankly, because changing an RFI to an RFP is substantial, as Mr. Krikorian, once he analyzes it, will conclude. And finally, on December 16th, 2015, Mr. Weezer, under his esteemed effort to push through the Sportsman's Landing, denied public comment on a special meeting, which is a square violation of the Brown Act, and I have filed that with the District Attorney of Los Angeles. There's nothing else I can do. I've been very kind and tried to implore you to do the right thing. This body continues to misunderstand the rule and the law. You can do a committee meeting on a regular meeting, but you can't do a committee meeting on a special meeting. Ask Mr. O'Connell to look more closely at that, and have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker is Jacqueline Richardson.
The U.S. Army. How much of the U.S. Army is comprised of immigrants because Americans do not want to go to war? It is a volunteer army now. The Los Angeles Times in the early 2000s showed two half-page articles of immigrants being inducted into the service to get benefits and other items in the early 2000s. One person said he did not obtain benefits that they were promised or that the other people got. Right now, how many of these immigrants are faithful to the United States and not to their own countries?
Thank you, ma'am. That concludes public comment. Mr. Clerk, there has been a request to reconsider item 1L and 1H.
Yes, ma'am.
So
I believe the department would like those matters to be received and filed in as much as the ownership has changed.
let's open the roll for reconsideration. Mr. Root?
49 and 50 forthwith on behalf of Councilman O'Farrell.
49 forthwith on behalf of Mr. O'Farrell, but let's vote on reconsideration. Let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Okay, now items 1L and 1H are before us. Let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Mr. Clerk, what's before us?
Madam President, Council has motions for posting and referral.
Posted and referred.
The desk is clear.
Members, any announcements? Seeing none, can we please rise for adjourning motions? Are there any adjourning motions? To my left? Seeing none. To my right? No adjourning motions? Have a great day. Our meeting is adjourned.
You're watching LA City View, Channel 35.
We now join our scheduled program in progress.